As much a temple as a military installation, the Galcian base was filled with bizarre religious imagery and ancient inscriptions. We also found this recording.
Noble and kind people of the desert, the North is suffering. Even now, as their cities thirst for water and their citizens choke on the encroaching desert sands, we seek only peace. Their ascent into space was a violation of the will of Sajok. Unchecked, they will bring his wrath down upon us all. War has been forced upon us. The North will know us now, no longer as brothers, but by counting the number of their dead. May there be peace on Kharak once again.
We can expect fiercer resistance ahead. Regardless, we keep moving forward, cutting through the Kharaki highlands here. It's rough terrain. The dangers are many. On the other side lies a heat-ravaged wasteland the Galcian call Daigran, or the Dreamlands. Just beyond lies our ultimate goal.
Hey, Rachel. If we find what everyone is hoping we will, the water riots, the food rationing, it could all become a distant memory. Our salvation lies in the desert, sis. I know it.
Rachel? Rachel?
Yes, I read you.
Short-range sensors are picking up scattered wreckage in the valley ahead. That's strange. Our satellite data shows nothing here.
Intel. I'm going to scout ahead and take a look.
Galcian are evacuating this site. Wrecks have been identified at these locations. All shipbreaking teams, stand by.
Ready, send. Coordinates confirmed. Get us underway. Get us moving. Coordinates confirmed. New sector designated. Move out. Distant waypoint set. Move out. Get us moving. PC moving out. New heading set. Get us moving. Get us underway. New sector designated. Move out. New heading set. Distant waypoint set. Move out. Coordinates confirmed. PC moving out.
Standing by. New heading set.
Reading.
Ready for command. Send message.
Make ready.
Cruiser ready.
Salvager ready. PC copies.
Reporting. Move to guard craft.
Salvager copies. Copy. Moving.
Copy. Escorting support cruiser.
Move order confirmed. Copy. Escorting support cruiser. Armor ready. Reading.
Confirmed. Escorting support cruiser.
Go for armor.
This is the captain.
Railgun reading you. Coordinates confirmed. Copy. Guarding support cruiser.
Attention.
Op ready.
This is the captain.
Ready. Green line confirmed. Op ready.
Ready. Send.
This is Rachel. Go ahead. Confirmed. Move to support cruiser.
Coordinates confirmed. Get us moving.
Armored assault online.
Copy. Escorting support cruiser. Op ready. Copy. Taking guard position.
Attention.
Armor ready.
Armored assault operational.
Reading. Unidentified hostile incoming. Authenticate.
You're gonna want to see this. Incredible. The ship, it appears to be fully intact. My God. How is this possible? The cavity surrounding the ship is perfectly smooth. No evidence of digging or... We need to start artifact retrieval operations immediately.
Roger that. Salvage crews standing by.
I'm picking up significantly elevated power signatures somewhere in the area. Reporting? If we can find that power source and integrate it into the Capizzi, it will significantly increase our energy levels in all systems. The walls of the canyon are distorting my scans. We need to send out salvage teams to find that power source.
Agreed. This could be the most powerful artifact we've discovered so far. Salvage teams form up.
Armor systems active. Weapon systems online. Weapon range...
I wish we had more time to investigate this location. The archaeological data alone would keep our scientists busy for years.
Confirm and engage on site.
I would give anything to meet the people who engineered this technology.
Copies.
New coordinates verified.
Capizzi copies. Capizzi moving out.
Artifact found.
Authenticated.
Runner.
Excellent work. Send reinforcements to escort the salvage team.
We read you. Displace to that CU field.
Ready.
Ready. Send.
Standing by. Artifact spotted. Prep to load.
Artifact recovered. Authentication confirmed. CU deposit depleted.
Reading.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Strike systems online. Ready to burn.
CUs exhausted.
Op ready. Copy. Green line verified. En route. Course set. Move order confirmed.
CU field expended.
Contact. Enemy armor. Bearing designated. Alert.
These hulls are perfectly intact. Not even a touch of atmospheric scarring on them.
Hostile
Salvaging teams, be aware. Gaussian forces are attempting to extract artifacts from the wrecks at this location.
Good copy. Heading back to hangar. Capisi copies. Ready. Send. Enemy light attack vehicle marked on approach.
Guarding support cruiser.
Unknown inbound. Designating hostile. Designated. Move out. Make ready.
Carrier repair systems are unavailable.
Ready. Move order confirmed.
The Gaussian are positioning siege cruisers at elevated positions to stop our advance.
Armor disabled.
Attacking these cruisers from below will prove difficult. Upgrade our facilities to produce tactical bombers and target the Gaussian siege cruisers.
Course set. Attention. Enemy armor on approach.
Bomber to launch deck.
Copy that. Bomber on deck.
This is the captain. Alert. Siege cruiser verified in the AO. Respond. We've detected something. Can you confirm visual? Hostile armor eliminated.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Green line confirmed. Engines on.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Attack vector dialed in. We're in the pipe.
Tactical bomber fabrication online.
Begin constructing tactical bombers.
Battle report. Hostile siege cruiser eliminated.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Strike systems online. Ready to burn. Hostile armor incoming. Enemy armor disabled.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Attack course set.
The Gaussian are escaping with an artifact. Cut them off.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Green line confirmed. Engines on.
Research completed.
We can't afford to lose this artifact to the Gaussian. Recover it.
Neutralized. Capisi copies. Get us moving. New heading set.
Gunship is now in circulation. We do not have enough RUs.
This is Rachel. Go ahead. Artifact detected. Move out.
This is the captain.
Bomber operational. Gunship go. Proceed to marked target.
Hostile designated. Mark bearing.
Op ready. Move order confirmed. Go ahead. Green line confirmed. Receiving. On our way.
Hostile light attack vehicle detected. Tracking armored craft on approach.
Go ahead.
Artifact recovered. Authentication confirmed.
Copy. Returning to Kharak.
Alert. Gunship down. Reading.
Runner.
Strike copies. Cruiser ready. Ready for command. Green line confirmed. Reading. Ready. Ready for orders. Advance to mark CUs. We read you. RU coordinates acquired. Moving to site.
Reporting. Renner copies.
Ready. Send. New heading set. New sector designated. Move out. We got something on the horizon. Waiting for eyes on to authenticate. Coordinates confirmed. Full power. Hostile armor eliminated. Alert. Red alert. Beach man taking fire. All stations account for.
Support ready.
Attention.
Side team engaging. Get them all ready.
Crew ready. All hands. Ahead full. Alert. Rachel is under fire.
Proceed to rally point. Secure location marked. Be advised. Carrier repair systems online.
Ready.
Carrier repair systems are unavailable.
Reading.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Attack vector dialed in. We're in the pipe. Hostile armor incoming. Enemy armor disabled. PC moving out.
Salvager ready.
Ready. Send. Hostiles designated. Trackers assigned.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Green line confirmed. Engines hot.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed
Hostile
in.
range craft destroyed. Strike systems online. Ready to burn. This is the captain. Get us moving. New heading set. Push her through. This is the captain. Reposition. Hostile armor eliminated. Alert! The carrier's in contact.
Sound carrier alert. All section officers remain in station.
New heading set.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Attack vector dialed in. We're in the fight. Listen up. Contact. Enemy armor.
I could spend a lifetime studying these ships. Just imagine the secrets they hold.
Proximity warning in effect. Hostiles designated.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Hostile on sensors. Authentication pending. Go ahead. Course set.
CU field depleted.
Target set.
Dispatch over bullseye. 008 for 20.
Enemy armor disabled. Enemy salvager destroyed. Attention. Red alert. Command carrier taking fire.
Rachel, go ahead. Move out and be ready.
All hands.
CU site exhausted. Gunship is now in circulation.
Rachel, moving out.
Attention.
Reporting.
Make ready.
Ready. Copy that. Coordinates confirmed. Runner copies.
RU deposit depleted.
Reading you. Runner. Reading you. Reading you.
Be advised, an RU site has been...
The power source has been located at one of the wreck sites.
An artifact has been...
Understood. Redirect all available forces to acquire and escort that power source back to the Capisi.
Our power source has been returned.
Location confirmed.
Great work. That extra power will give us a tactical advantage.
I can't wait to take a closer look at this artifact. I can only imagine the potential applications for this technology.
Power to avoid...
Rachel, we're picking up significant sensor contacts inbound at high speed. Prepare for Gaussian counterattack.
Operation.
We've got enemy contact. Missile launch detected. The Gaussian carrier Renza is moving towards our position. Prepare to engage.
This is the captain. Reading. Tracking armored craft on approach. Enemy contacts on the board. Capisi copies. Attention.
Gunship go. Proceed to marked target.
Copy that. Gunship on deck.
Gunship is now in circulation.
Hostile armor eliminated.
CU's exhausted.
Copy. Copy. Returning to carrier.
Listen up. Enemy railgun eliminated. Rachel is taking fire. Respond. Alert. Hostile strike fighter in circulation. Make ready. Be advised. Tracking hostiles. Hostile light attack vehicle visually authenticated.
Attention. Gaussian strike fighters detected.
CU site exhausted.
Ready, send. We've got hostile on sensors. Confirm visual. New sector designated. Move out.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Green line confirmed. Engines hot.
CU field depleted.
We're under attack. Gaussian forces are attempting to take this wreck location.
Off ready. Move order confirmed. Copy that. Bugging out. Make ready. Reading.
Gaussian forces have been driven off. Thanks for the assist.
Attack course set.
It's likely they'll try again. Maintain a defensive perimeter around the primary wreck site until Rachel's work is complete.
Airstrike inbound.
Bomber to launch deck.
Bomber set for launch.
Enemy armor on approach.
3 checked, 260.
Enemy armor disabled.
Bomber ready.
Hostiles designated. Trackers assigned. Alert. Siege cruiser verified in the AO. Respond. Enemy light attack vehicle marked on approach. Capisi copies.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Strike systems online. Ready to burn.
Go ahead. Readjust target.
Reading. Confirmed. Enemy siege cruiser
Strike fighter
destroyed.
coordinates dialed in.
Attack vector dialed in. We're in the pipe.
Op ready. Receiving.
Go for ranged.
Ready. Coordinates confirmed.
Ready for orders. Mobilizing. Send message.
Armor, go ahead.
Acknowledged. Guarding support cruiser. Move us out.
Crew ready. Alert. Hostile strike fighter in circulation. Alert. Rachel is in contact. Alert. The Capisi is in contact. Got hostile on sensors. Confirm visual. Tracking armored craft on approach. Eliminate.
Go for armor.
Reading. Confirmed. Escorting support cruiser.
This is the captain. Zero in with
Attention. Gaussian strike fighters detected.
Scepter down. Full power. Enemy salvager neutralized. Get us moving.
Standing by. Science officer en route. Reading you. Reading you, command. Runner copies.
Capisi copies. Get moving. We found another artifact. Proceeding to the Capisi.
We've eyes on an artifact.
Understood. Redirect any available units to escort the salvage crew. Thanks. On our way.
Artifact recovered. Authentication confirmed.
Attention. Make ready. New sector designated. Move out.
Rally point set. Move to location.
This is the captain. Target on the board.
Weapon systems offline. Weapon range systems at full capacity. Weapon systems online. Carrier warning. Heat levels are spiking. Reroute power to avoid system damage.
Ready. Reading you.
Ready. Send. Attention.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Attack course set.
Salvager copies. Identified RU site on scanner. Conducting sweep.
Op ready. Contact. Enemy armor. Bearing designated. Hostile light attack vehicle. Visually authenticated. Unidentified contact. Designate as hostile. Hostile armor eliminated.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Attack vector dialed in. We're in the pipe. Go ahead. Enemy contacts on the board. Go, go, push up. Front, front. Reading.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Green line confirmed. Engines hot.
Bomber to launch deck.
Attention, Gaussian strike fighters detected.
An RU site has been depleted.
Take him out. Enemy airstrike inbound.
Standing by.
Go ahead. Interceptor taking hostile fire.
RU site exhausted.
Hostile armor incoming.
Go ahead.
Hostile production cruiser verified.
Copy.
Take it out.
Turning to carrier.
This is the captain. Target set.
Op ready.
Op ready. Copy. Green line verified. Move order confirmed. Roger. Coming back. Make ready. Alert. Alert. Carrier is taking fire. Enemy fighters have engaged. Listen up. PC moving out. Tracking target. Alert. Rachel is under fire. Attention.
CU site exhausted. CU deposit depleted. Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Strike systems online. Ready to burn. Go ahead. Lock and fire. Make ready. Hostile light attack vehicle detected. We've detected something. Can you confirm visual? Reading.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Attack course set. Our bomber is taking fire.
CU field expended.
Lock on target. PC copies.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Attack vector dialed in. We're in the pipe. Enemy armor on approach. Target locked.
The Renza is shunting power to armor and is on the move.
Stealth strike craft.
Gaussian repair crew en route to the Renza. Eliminate them.
Enemy production cruiser sighted. Engage and destroy. Alert. Hostile strike fighter in circulation. Alert. Rachel is in contact.
Target.
Enemy railgun firing on trend for launch. Enemy armor disabled.
Receive.
Hostile range craft destroyed. Strike fighter taking hostile fire.
Op ready.
Alert. Gunship destroyed. All hands.
Locking onto fire.
Red alert. Command carrier taking fire.
Ready.
Alert. Rachel is at 75% hull integrity.
Ready. Go.
Alert.
Go.
Strike fighter lost.
Engage. Focus on the critical damage.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Alert. Gunship down. Crew ready.
Attention. Gaussian strike fighters detected. Reading. Reposition. Reposition.
We lack sufficient RUs.
Alert. Rachel is at half hull integrity. Rachel,
We're picking up elevated energy signatures. The Gaussian carrier Renza is shunting all power to weapons.
Ready. Get out of here. Move.
hostile armor eliminated. Steady. Maintain power.
Fighter coordinates dialed in.
Green line confirmed. Engines hot.
Reading. Get us moving.
Enemy airstrike inbound. Strike fighter taking fire. Enemy light attack vehicle marked on approach. Alert! The Kapiti is taking fire.
Vector dialed in.
Alert! Strike fighter lost. Alert! Carrier is taking fire.
Get us moving.
Attention!
Ready! Go! Go!
Crew ready. Recheck 260.
Receiving! Get out of here! Move!
Hostile detected. Visual
Target
unconfirmed.
vehicle. Target designated. Fire at will.
This is the captain.
Bomber to launch deck.
Copy that. Bomber on deck.
Strike fighter approach vectors.
Alert.
in.
Rachel is under fire. Strike systems online.
Personal log, Science Officer Rachel Sajet, Expedition Carrier Capisi. It took 3 years to prepare this expedition. We set out, launching into the unknown, unsure of what we would find. The discoveries we have made have exceeded all our expectations. I have noticed the kith names identified aboard these starships, the insignias. None of them are known to us. Where did these starships come from? Who are these Voyagers? Hopefully, my analysis will yield some much-needed answers. What we've discovered here is astonishing. These starships, they didn't crash. They materialized inside of solid rock. Data suggests an artificial quantum waveform intercepted these ships during interstellar transit and reassembled them here, underground. I've linked the quantum signature from these ships to the primary anomaly. I believe it's the source of the waveform and responsible for the starship wrecks scattered throughout the Great Banded Desert. Its power is beyond anything we even thought possible.
We must reach the primary anomaly and unearth its secrets. Our passage through the Kharak Highlands will be through the Whispering Gallery, a narrow canyon located here. The Sakala will meet us at the mouth of the canyon, and together we will punch through to the Dreamlands on the other side.
Sakala, this is the Capisi. Do you copy?
Sakala receiving. 2 Galcian carriers are blocking our advance. They appear to be an elite battle group of the Kahad Seljuk. We require your immediate assistance.
Roger that. We're closing on your position now. Prepare for Allied contacts. Capisi out.
The Sakala is currently positioned here. Ready all combat groups to support Allied fleet. Watch for friendlies.
Capisi, we're under fire. Requesting support.
Ready. Get us moving.
We read you. RU coordinates acquired. Moving the site.
Cruiser ready. Strike craft destroyed. Going mobile.
Receiving.
Move order confirmed.
Armor, go ahead. Underway.
Galcian railguns are tearing through our armored forces.
Allied craft has been engaged. Provide fire support.
Primary systems.
Reference your scan
New
report.
sector.
The Galcian are pummeling the Sakala with long-range missile barrages. Upgrade the Capisi's cruise missile silos now.
Route power to avoid system damage.
Hostile designated. Mark Baron.
Warning, systems overheating. Feed power into main cooling systems. Be advised, System heat levels are stabilizing.
Hostile light attack vehicle visually authenticated. Coordinates confirmed. Allied craft
Strike
lost.
fighter coordinates dialed
Hostile
in.
range craft enemy contacts on the board. We're in contact. Enemy armor. Bearing designated. Threat passing through.
The Gaussian carriers are barraging us with heavy ordnance.
South strike craft.
We have sustained multiple hull fractures.
Copy that, Sakala. Hold on.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Attack vector dialed in. Hostile interceptor destroyed. Enemy armor disabled. Be advised. Allied
Alert.
craft destroyed. Command carrier
Strike
taking
fighter
fire.
approach vector dialed in.
Strike systems alert. On friendly taking hostile fire. This is the captain. Push her through. Strike fighter taking hostile fire. Enemy production cruiser sighted. Engage and destroy. Strike craft
Strike fighter
destroyed.
approach vector dialed in.
Strike systems online. Ready to burn. Be advised. Hostile armor eliminated. Position. Alert. Strike fighter destroyed. Go for orders.
Strike fighter ready for service.
Enemy light attack vehicle marked on approach. Attention.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Hostile detected. Visual unconfirmed. Alert. Allied carrier taking hostile fire.
Reporting.
Allied craft
Move out,
lost.
be ready. Repair their critical systems first.
Allied Gaussian missiles are smashing the Sakala's armored plating.
We must push the Gaussian forces away from our Sadim allies.
Attack course set. Op ready. Hostile strike craft down. Be advised. Enemy allied craft destroyed. Copy. Green line verified. Alert. Enemy heavy cruiser detected. Good copy. Heading back down. Interceptor taking fire. Attention.
Salvage your copies. Identified RU site on scanner. Conducting sweep.
Cruise missile silos online.
Set new heading.
Cruise missiles will decimate clustered enemy forces and static defenses at extreme range.
Craft down.
On our way.
Reading. Enemy airstrike inbound. Target set. Missile away. Alert. Alert. Allied carrier taking hostile light attack vehicle visually authenticated.
Capizzi, do not engage the Gaussian carriers.
Investigation pending.
We cannot support an offensive until the Sakala is secure.
Runner copy. Runner copy. Reading.
Strike craft
Reading you.
destroyed. This is the captain. The Sakala is taking heavy damage.
Or use.
Listen up. Alert. Carrier taking fire. Craft destroyed. Enemy fighters have engaged.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Green line confirmed. Engines hot. Enemy armor disabled. Tracking armored craft on approach. Go ahead. Unidentified contact. Designate as hostile. Attention. Op ready. This is the captain. Enemy railgun eliminated. Alert. Allied carriers
Strike
taking
fire.
hostile fire. Allied craft
Dialed
has been
in.
engaged. Provide fire support. Set. Go for orders. Make ready.
We have eyes on an artifact. Stand by.
This is Rachel. Go ahead. Artifact detected. Move out. Reading you.
Hostile strike craft down.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed
Be
in.
advised. Allied craft down.
Artifact recovered.
Hostile light attack
Authentication
vehicle
confirmed.
detected. Hostiles designated. Trackers assigned. Go ahead. Target set. Enemy production cruiser has appeared in the AO. Combat relay. Hostile production cruiser eliminated.
RU coordinates acquired. Moving to site.
Allied craft lost. Reading.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Attack vector dialed in. We're in the pipe. Reading. New heading set. Strike craft destroyed. Move out.
Support ready. Runner copies.
We're ready for orders.
Alert. Hostile
Identified
battle
RU
cruiser
site on
inbound.
scanner. Conducting sweep.
Send message. Copy.
Alert.
Ordnance set.
Allied carrier taking hostile fire. Alert. Friendly taking hostile fire. Capisi copies. Hostile armor
Strike
eliminated.
fighter coordinates dialed in.
Strike alert.
systems
Hostile
online.
strike
Ready
fighter
to
in
burn.
circulation. Hostile interceptor destroyed. Hostile strike craft down. All craft be advised. Allied carrier has been lost. Battle report. Hostile battle.
The command carrier Sakala has been destroyed.
What we've discovered here is astonishing.
Sakala, this is the Capisi. Do you copy?
Sakala receiving. 2 Galcian carriers are blocking our advance. They appear to be an elite battle group of the Kharak. We require your immediate assistance.
Roger that. We're closing on your position now. Prepare for Allied contacts. Capisi out.
The Sakala is currently positioned here. Ready all combat groups to support Allied fleet. Watch for friendlies.
Capisi, we're under fire. Requesting support.
Hostile armor eliminated.
Copies. Displace to that CU field.
Attention. Coordinates confirmed. Hostile light attack vehicle visually authenticated.
Primary systems.
Weapon range systems currently active. Carrier warning. Heat levels are spiking. Reroute power to avoid system damage. Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Galcian railguns are tearing through our armored forces.
Provide fire support. Alert. Allied carrier taking
Enemy
hostile
railgun
fire. Eliminated.
The Galcian are pummeling the Sakala with long-range missile barrages. Upgrade the Capisi's cruise missile silos now.
Hostile strike craft down. Hostile craft in AO. Maneuver for visual confirmation. Copy. Green light verified. Go ahead. Enemy airstrike inbound. Ready. Send. Be advised. Allied craft down. Enemy production cruiser has appeared in the AO. Hostile interceptor destroyed.
The Galcian carriers are barraging us with heavy ordnance. We have sustained multiple hull fractures.
Copy that, Sakala. Hold on. Taking fire. Carrier taking fire. Tracking armored craft on approach.
Salvage are ready. RU coordinates acquired. Moving to site.
Send message. Grid up. Allied craft lost. Enemy armor disabled. Alert. Friendly taking hostile fire.
We read you. Mobilizing.
Strike craft destroyed.
Accounted for.
Ready. We're moving.
Ready for orders. Copy. Moving. Identified RU site on scanner. Conducting sweep.
Be advised. Allied craft down.
Repair their critical systems first.
Hostile detected. Visual unconfirmed.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Strike systems online. Ready to burn. Go ahead. Interceptor taking fire. Move order confirmed. Hostile armor eliminated. Op ready. Hostile light attack vehicle detected. Gaussian missile barrage craft lost. Take evasive action.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Alert. Allied carrier taking hostile fire. Make ready. Go ahead. Allied craft has been engaged. Provide fire support. Gaussian missiles are smashing the Sakala's armored plating.
We must push the Gaussian forces away from our Sadim allies.
Ready for command.
Standing by.
Be advised. Allied craft destroyed.
Move out. Renner copies. Renner copies.
Hostile strike craft down.
Renner copies. Renner copies.
Artifact position authenticated.
Support ready. New coordinates verified. Artifact spotted. Prep to load. Renner copies.
PC copies. Be advised. Enemy armor Allied craft down.
Bomber to launch deck.
Copy that. Bomber on deck.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed. Artifact recovered.
Attack
Authentication
vector dialed in.
confirmed.
We're in the fight.
CU field depleted.
Reporting.
Ready. Send. We've detected something. Can you confirm visual? Alert. Hostile strike fighter in circulation. Alert. Friendly taking hostile fire. Cruiser. Alert. Allied carrier taking hostile fire. Be advised. Go ahead. Allied craft destroyed. Strike craft destroyed. Hostile armor incoming. Hostile interceptor enemy down. Light attack vehicle marked on approach.
En route. Copy. Target cruiser.
CU field expanded.
Attention.
Cruise missile silos online.
Cruise missiles will decimate clustered enemy forces and static defenses at extreme range.
Craft lost. The Sakala is taking heavy damage.
Move out. RU coordinates acquired. Moving to site.
Cruise missile hostile armor eliminated. Cleared to launch. Hostile strike craft down.
Strike fighter coordinates
Hostile
dialed
designated.
in.
Mark bearing. Strike systems online. Ready to burn.
This is Rachel. Go ahead.
Make ready. Battle report. Enemy honor guard cruiser destroyed.
We lack sufficient RUs.
Reporting.
Strike fighter
Identified
ready for
RU
service.
scanner.
Strike fighter online.
Allied craft has been engaged. Provide fire support. Visual.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Multiple missile signatures detected. Missile barrage in the air. Alert. Allied carrier taking hostile fire.
Support
Be
ready.
advised. Allied craft destroyed. Enemy armor on approach. Enemy production cruiser sighted. Engage and destroy. Hostile light attack vehicle detected. Alert. Hostile battle cruiser inbound. PC copies.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Allied craft lost. Attack course set. Strike craft destroyed.
Strike fighter ready for service.
Enemy armor
Strike
disabled.
fighter coordinates dialed in.
Green line confirmed. Alert. Friendly taking hostile fire.
Target confirmed. Launch bomber.
Bomber set for
Be
launch.
advised. Allied craft down.
Ready. Renner copies.
Hostile strike craft down. Alert. Enemy airstrike taking hostile fire. Hostiles designated. Trackers assigned.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Strike systems online. Ready to burn. Hostile armor eliminated. Ready. Hostile armor incoming.
An RU site has been depleted.
Enemy light attack vehicle marked on approach.
The Galcian carriers are falling back.
Attention. Strike
To PC. Together we have driven off the Galcian Critidem.
engage. Provide. Roger that, Sakala.
Galcian bombers detected. They have vectored their way towards the Sakala.
Alert. Hostile bomber sighted. Alert. Enemy heavy cruiser detected.
Operations update. RUs in the region have been drained.
Reading. On our way.
Ready.
Advance to mark CUs.
Kapisi copies.
We are readying a group of light attack vehicles to scout enemy positions.
Copy that. We'll engage. Make ready.
Strike
Be
fighter.
advised, the terrain in this canyon will prove challenging for short-range units.
Destroyed.
We can use the terrain to our advantage by utilizing artillery cruisers. Upgrade fabrication facilities to begin producing artillery cruisers.
Be advised. Allied craft down. Hostile on sensors. Authentication pending. Off ready. Enemy armor on approach. Go for orders. New heading set. Alert. Strike fighter destroyed. Strike fighter taking hostile fire. Go ahead. Be advised. Tracking hostiles. Enemy armor disabled. PC copy. I can't shake it. Missiles in the air.
Research completed. Strike fighter online.
Alert. Rachel is in contact. Hostile railgun. Opened up. Red alert. Command carrier taking fire. Hostile light attack vehicle visually authenticated. Alert. Rachel is at 75% hull integrity. Bomber on deck.
Strike fighter approach vector dial.
Alert. Carrier is taking fire.
Receiving. Get out of here. Move.
Alert. Strike fighter lost. Alert. Rachel is at half hull integrity.
Punch it. Focus on the critical damage.
Get moving.
Strike fighter
Battle
vector
report.
dial.
Hostile battle cruiser eliminated. Vector dial. Red alert. Rachel's hull at 25%. She needs support.
Reading. Full power. Keep fire.
This is the captain. Battle report. Enemy cruiser destroyed. Interceptor taking hostile fire. Listen up. Hostile armor eliminated. Crew ready. Alert. Strike fighter destroyed. Our bomber is under enemy fire.
Strike fighter ready for service. Strike fighter online.
Standing by. Science officer en route.
Send message.
RU coordinates acquired. Moving to site.
Ready. Copy. On our way.
We read you.
Runner. Rachel moving out.
Make ready. Stand by for launch authentication sequence. Target set. Launch. Contact. Enemy armor. Bearing designated. Enemy contacts on the board. Alert. Hostile light attack vehicle detected. Enemy railgun eliminated. Allied craft lost.
Incoming Galcian strike fighters detected. Deploy AA units immediately.
Op ready.
Armor ready. Underway.
Enemy armor disabled.
Support ready. Runner copies.
Alert. Hostile strike fighter in circulation. Alert. Carrier in contact. Enemy fighters have escaped. Red alert. Command carrier taking fire. Be advised. Allied craft destroyed. Hostile interceptor
Rachel,
destroyed.
go ahead.
Level steady. Maintain power.
locked in.
Hostile production cruiser verified. Take it out. Alert.
Heading set.
Carrier hull at 75% integrity.
Focus the repair on primary systems.
All hands. Attention. Allied craft has been engaged. Provides incoming missile barrage detected. Sakala, take evasive action. Alert. Siege cruiser verified in the AO. Move order to spawn. Tracking armored craft on approach. We got something on the horizon. Waiting for eyes on to authenticate. Allied craft lost.
Armor, go ahead. Cruiser ready.
Strike craft destroyed.
Move order confirmed.
This is the captain.
Ready.
Proximity warning in effect. Hostiles designated.
RU deposit depleted. CU deposit depleted.
Ready. Set.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Attack vector dialed in. We're in the pipe. Get us moving. Be advised. Allied craft down. Confirmed. Hostile armor eliminate. New sector designated. Move out. This is the captain. Hostile light attack vehicle visually authenticated. Green line confirmed. Engines on. Alert. Friendly taking hostile fire.
Capisi, be advised. We are deploying a group of armored assault vehicles.
Site has been exhausted.
Roger that, Sakala. Ready. Send.
Reporting. Repair the critical systems first.
The enemy command.
Green materials truck.
Attention. Make ready. Alert. Hostile siege cruiser sighted. Hostiles designated. Trackers assigned. Hostile armor incoming.
Enemy bombers detected inbound on the Sakala.
Hostile strike craft down. Alert. Alert. BC carrier taking fire. Allied craft lost. Enemy railgun firing on friendly.
Reading. Move out and be ready.
This is hostile range craft destroyed. Moving up. Allied craft have been engaged. Provide fire support.
CU's exhausted. Fighter coordinates dialed in. Artillery cruiser fabrication online.
Begin constructing artillery cruisers now.
Bomber on approach.
RU site exhausted.
Hostile bomber destroyed.
Strike fighter ready for service. Strike fighter online.
Enemy strike fighters approaching the Sakala.
Support ready. Copy that. Coordinates confirmed.
Op ready. Op ready. Green line confirmed.
Attention. Enemy airstrike inbound. Hostile detected. Visual unconfirmed.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Strike systems online. Ready to burn. Hostile interceptor down. Contact. Enemy armor. Bearing designated. Alert. Hostile battle cruiser inbound. Alert. Allied carrier taking hostile fire. Go ahead. Make ready.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Attack course set. This is the captain.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Attack vector dialed in. We're in the pipe. Ready. Enemy armor disabled.
Artillery cruiser operational.
Unidentified hostile incoming. Authenticate.
Go for artillery. Move with caution. We have hostiles on the board.
CU site exhausted.
Incoming missile barrage detected. Move the Capizzi to avoid the blast.
Pending.
This is Rachel. Go ahead. New heading set.
Cruiser copies.
Attention.
Warning, systems overheating. Feed power into main cooling system. Be advised, system heat levels are stabilizing. CU deposit depleted.
Alert. The Capizzi is in contact.
Runner. New coordinates verified.
Enemy railgun eliminated.
Reporting. Rachel moving out.
This is the captain.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Attack course set. Battle report. Enemy honor guard cruiser destroyed. Alert. Siege cruiser verified in the AO. Respond. Enemy armor on approach. Be advised. Strike fighter taking hostile fire. Alert. Strike fighter lost. Our bomber is taking fire. Alert. Enemy heavy cruiser detected. Missile sequence initiated. Target set. Combat away. Bomber destroyed.
Salvager ready.
Enemy contacts on the board.
Find RU site on scanner. Conducting sweep. Reporting. Going mobile.
Allied craft has been engaged. Provide fire support. Stand. Be advised. Allied craft destroyed.
Carrier warning, heat levels are spiking. Reroute power to avoid system damage.
Alert. The Capizzi is taking fire. Capizzi copy.
Gaussian strike fighters have launched towards the Capizzi.
Listen up. Alert. Hostile strike fighter in circulation. Battle report. Hostile battle cruiser eliminated. Tracking armored craft on approach. Hostile interceptor destroyed.
Sound carrier. Alert all section officers to remain in station. Ready for orders. Moving under fire.
Combat relay. Hostile cruiser eliminated. Artillery cruiser under attack. Units respond. Red alert. Command carrier taking fire. Hostile railguns opened up. Alert. Carrier is taking fire. Alert. Friendly taking hostile fire. Hostile range craft destroyed. Reading. Hostile armor eliminated. Make ready. Alert. Hostile siege cruiser sighted. Coordinates confirmed. We've detected something. Can you confirm visual? Attention. Unidentified contact. Designate as hostile.
Carrier warning, heat levels are spiking. Reroute power to avoid system damage.
Alert. Hostile battle cruiser inbound.
Runner copies.
Give us your target. Roll out.
Ready. Stand.
Gaussian bombers detected. They're targeting the Capizzi.
Hostile armor incoming. Be advised. Allied craft down.
Go ahead.
Allied craft has been engaged. Provide
On
fire
our way.
support.
Roger. Moving to guard. Send message.
RU deposit depleted. RU site exhausted.
Ready for command. Green line confirmed.
Allied craft lost. BC copy. Hostile bomber down. PC moving out. Strike copies. Move order confirmed. Alert. Siege cruiser
Missile barrage detected. They're targeting both the Sakala and the Kapisi. Initiate evasive action. Armor ready.
PC copy.
New heading set.
Kapisi, we have a flight of bombers on standby. Clear out Galcian anti-aircraft units so we can deploy.
Confirmed, Sakala. Detected. Let's take
The Sidim bombers will be highly effective at neutralizing clusters of units.
warning.
Can't recommend we target the AA units in their path.
Cleared to launch. Target set. Enemy railgun eliminated.
Go!
Enemy armor disabled. This is the captain. Reading. Op ready. Armor, go ahead. Armor is en route. Make ready. Prepare to move. Ready with point defense. Tracking armored craft on approach.
Galcian strike fighters have been launched against the Sakala.
Receiving 5x5.
Alert. Enemy heavy cruiser detected.
Heavy artillery loaded.
Enemy light attack vehicle marked on approach.
Armor.
Alert. Friendly taking hostile fire.
Operations update.
Enemy airstrike
Our units in the
inbound.
region have been drained.
New heading set. Alert. Carrier is taking fire. Alert. Carrier hull at 75% integrity.
Ready. We're moving.
Hostile armor eliminated. Alert. Rachel is under fire. Alert. Craft. Carrier hull at 50%. Light attack vehicle is under fire. Armor is en route.
Countering on.
Armored vehicle is taking fire. Warning. Carrier hull is at half. Hostile detected. Visual unconfirmed. Reading. Hostile range craft destroyed. Engage. Railgun reading. Target set. Op ready. Hostile interceptor down. All stations reporting. Target set. Load fire.
Armor confirms.
Mortar launch. Target set. Armor ready. Alert. Hostile siege cruiser sighted. Go for orders. Gun on. Hostile railguns have opened up. Go for orders. This is the captain. Enemy armor disabled. Alert. Carrier hull at 50% integrity.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Green line confirmed. Engine cover. Level steady. Contact. Enemy armor. Bearing designated. We got a railgun under fire. Alert. Carrier is taking fire. Hostile strike craft down. Alert. Missile battery destroyed. Armor vehicle taking effective fire. Ahead. Unknown inbound. Designating hostile. Attention. Alert. Hostile strike fighter in circulation. Allied craft has been engaged. Provide fire support. Hostile bomber destroyed. Armored vehicle lost. Op ready. Orders! Got eyes on hostile. Go ahead. Be advised. Allied craft hostile on sensor. Confirm visual. Receiving. Punch it! Enemy railgun eliminated. Hostile armor eliminated. Reading for orders. Clear out. Alert. Railgun down. Target locked. Airburn. Enemy railgun firing on friendly.
Ready. Move order confirmed.
All hands. Strike craft destroyed.
Carrier warning. Heat levels are spiking. Reroute power to avoid system damage.
Hostile interceptor destroyed. Just target. Attention. All batteries fire. Allied craft lost. Armored vehicle is taking fire. Alert. Target hostile bomber sighted. Hostile designated. Alert. Warning is taking carrier hull passing 75%. This is the captain. Armored vehicle has been destroyed. Strike craft taking effective fire.
We have the advantage.
The remaining enemy carrier is taking defensive action. Continue the pursuit.
Descent integrity.
Ready. Full power. Move.
A railgun is taking effective fire.
Long-range craft sighted. Let's go.
Go for enemy armor descending. All hands. Hostile strike craft down.
AU site exhausted.
Alert. Friendly taking hostile fire.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Strike hostile range craft destroyed. Confirmed. Enemy siege cruiser destroyed. Armored vehicle lost. Enemy armor on approach. Target, we've detected something. Can you missile barrage? Sakala, move to avoid.
Enemy strike fighters approaching the Kapisi.
Reading. Reading. Move it. Enemy airstrike inbound. Hostile railguns opened up. Alert. Siege cruiser verified in the AO. Respond. This is the captain. Red alert. Command carrier taking fire. Alert. Allied carrier taking hostile fire.
Copy that. Coordinates confirmed.
Hostile light attack vehicle visually authenticated. Alert. Railgun down. Alert. Hostile bomber on approach. Alert. Carrier is taking fire. Enemy fighters have engaged. Red alert. Command carrier taking fire.
Strike fighter
Armor
approaching.
vehicle taking
Dialed in.
effective fire. Attack vector dialed in. We're in the fight. Receive strike craft destroyed. Allied craft has been engaged. Provide fire support.
Enemy bombers detected inbound on the Sakala.
Enemy railgun eliminated. Target locked. Light attack vehicle is under fire. Warning. Carrier hull passing 75%. Enemy armor disabled. Alert. Carrier hull at 75% integrity. Warning. Carrier hull passing 75%. We have defeated the Kharak carriers. Let's move to open ground and get out of this canyon. Bring engines to full.
Personal log, Captain Roman Sajet, Expedition Carrier Kapisi. The Sidim, a loathsome kith if ever there was one. Arrogant, self-righteous. Mashad, the Sakala captain, seems to have an agenda all of his own. He knows more than he's willing to share, I'm sure of it. Unfortunately, it's a tenet of war that you can't always choose your allies. How true. Truth is, we have no choice but to rely on one another. The Galcian keep throwing wave after wave at us, escalating their attacks, unafraid to sacrifice their forces to hold us at bay. Thankfully, the commanders at Tyr have confirmed our resupply. Without it, we will not be able to complete our expedition.